In the past winter break, I had an internship back at home in Hong Kong where I encountered a social inequality situation. The company where I worked at was located at Central, a place with lots of white collar workers and competitive companies. It is a symbol of power, authority, and wealth with lots of skyscrapers around. One day on my way to work during rush hour, I happened to bump into one of my colleagues at work, therefore, we decided to go to work together. While we were talking and having a conversation on the street, there was this lady coming up to me with a bowl, asking for money. She was wearing some broken clothes, meanwhile pointing to a sign on the floor with a little girl sleeping next to it, hoping I would spend some time to read it. It was basically saying she was unemployed with no income, hoping people would spare her some change in which she could live and feed her kid. However, my colleague dragged me out of the conversation with the lady while telling me to keep walking and just ignore her. I knew the lady needed help, but instead, I just followed my colleague's word without reacting on my own will. I felt really bad after getting to office, reflecting on what just happened. I decided to give her some food when I had my lunch break, but she was already gone. It was an example of social inequality because clearly the lady was a negatively privileged property class individual where she was lacking in skills, property, and employment. People are judging her, ignoring her based on her social status. She constitutes to the very bottom of the class system and have a minimal amount of wealth, the combined value of a person's income and other material assets such as stocks, real estate, and savings. This situation can also be interpreted as a social inequality in nationality and race. In Hong Kong, there are lots of Filipino and Indonesian who are mainly working as a domestic helper. They don't usually get a highly paid occupation in Hong Kong as well as in their home country. And according to her accent and what she had on the sign, it happened that the lady was a Filipino. People in Hong Kong generally consider them as a less privileged or the out group, whereas Hong Kong people are considered more privileged or the in group. The reason citizens in Hong Kong normalize inequality in such a way or stay away from challenging inequality because of social order, which is the way people have organized interaction and other activities to achieve some valued goals. They are afraid of deviance, any behavior that is socially challenged or condemned. Generally, when there are things that departed from the social norms, someone will always videotape it, followed with an upload to YouTube, and the whole society will know about it the next day. As a result, conformity. People maintain, follow the standards, and do whatever and accept. In hindsight, I should have stopped and spared some changes or even buy her some clothes or food without hesitation. If I put myself in her shoes, it takes a lot of courage to do that. I should have followed my beliefs and values instead of listening to my colleague or conforming with others. On the other hand, it would not be possible to do things differently to effectively challenge the situation on an individual level because citizens there think beggars are a nuisance to pedestrians. They portray a negative image of the city. Everyone's in a hurry in the society. People don't have time to stop and spare a person in misery some changes. This portrays agency, the ways individuals create society by maintaining, reproducing their everyday behavior and actions. They think most beggars are capable of making a living. They have two hands and legs, therefore we definitely shouldn't give money to them as it could convey the wrong message, encouraging a whole new generation to beg. Give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. Giving them money isn't going to make them disappear. A few dollars won't change the quality of life. This concerns the matter of structure and how the society creates the individual and are shaped by the culture. Instead of encouraging them to beg more, people tend to just walk past them without acknowledging their existence.